Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to today's episode on RLP is Healing. I am so grateful you're here taking time for yourself. I'm your host, Tammie, and in this space, we explore ways to take care of our hearts, our minds, our spirits with gentleness and intention. And hearing the stories of other people that are doing the same. Today, I want to talk with you about something that has been such a powerful anchor in my own life, mindfulness. I invite you right now to take a deep breath with me. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. As you listen today to Mindfulness, a Path to Presence, I hope you feel like you're sitting with a friend. No pressure to be or to do anything, just allowing yourself to receive. So go grab your coffee, your tea, and let's get ready. Hey, beautiful souls, it's me, Tammie. Let's start just from the beginning. When it comes to mindfulness, we are all curious. I was super curious in the beginning when I first started practicing mindfulness. And I truly feel the most important question to answer is, what is mindfulness? So mindfulness is a practice of being fully present. And that's with what's happening in this moment. So like with your body, with your mind, with your breath, with your thoughts, with sounds around you. And mindfulness asks you to be curious, not to judge. Now, this practice is an ancient Buddhist teaching, yet today it has become a gift to us all. It's a way to soften into the present moment, no matter who we are or what we believe. Mindfulness doesn't ask us to empty our minds or sit in stillness for hours. It just truly invites us to be here, fully here, for our own lives. Because you guys know, like I always talk about that, it starts with you. Being mindful of your own self helps you to be mindful of others, and be mindful of others' boundaries or whatever it is. Start with you. Now, for me, self-awareness was a big thing that mindfulness helped me with. And today is Tuesday, and today I announced that on Thursday I'm gonna step away from the virtual side of my business. And I'm super excited. You guys make sure that you look out for next Friday's podcast post, because next Friday I'm going to be joined by a friend, which I'll introduce her to you. And we're actually going to talk about the 4 days away from the internet. So like social media, away from the news, away from all of it, and really taking this time to be present. Now, let's go on to why mindfulness matters. So for me, mindfulness became a lifeline when my mind felt too busy. And it still is a lifeline when my heart is too heavy and the world is loud. Hence the reason why I am going to be taking 4 days away. It gave me permission to pause and step out of the whirlwind of doing and remember that I'm allowed to simply just be Tammie. Now, research does show that mindfulness reduces stress, improves sleep, and even changes the structure of our brains, strengthening the areas that help us focus, regulate emotions, and experience joy. Yet, beyond the science, mindfulness helps us reconnect to our own humanity. The beauty of breath, which you guys know I freaking love me some breath work. Breath work is my jam. I love facilitating it. And I love facilitating it because it helps you just stop. Like right now, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And just breathe. And we're going to talk about mindfulness with your beverage. So this will be fun. We're going to go into this. And, it helps you to quiet in the moment and even begin to a build an acknowledgement of like special gifts. Like being able to taste my coffee is one of the most amazing things. Have you ever gotten a cup of coffee and you're so stuck in the whirlwind of life that you completely don't even think about, hey, maybe this, maybe that. When instead you just got this beautiful cup of coffee and you're not even getting to enjoy it. Let me get off my soapbox. Some things that I want to talk about as well are myths and misunderstandings of mindfulness. Now, from the jump, and I teach this to my students, that mindfulness is not about your stopping your thoughts. So that's one thing. Let's just stop that right now. Thoughts will always come, and that's what minds do. Mindfulness simply invites us to notice them, like clouds passing across the sky, without getting caught in a storm, so to speak. Mindfulness doesn't require hours of meditation. You can actually be doing it like right now, mindfully listening to this podcast. One mindful breath can change energy of your day, can change your energy for the day. It's not about perfection. It's about presence. You guys thought I was going to say progress. I know you did because you guys know that that's me. Now, there are some really nice, simple mindfulness practices that anyone and everybody can do. It's mindful breathing is one of my favorites. And if you've done any mindful meditations with me, you'll notice that mindful breathing is one that I use regularly. And all it is just following your breath for 1 minute, feeling the way the air just enters in through your nose, filling your belly, and flowing out. Each breath is a homecoming. Now we have another one that I really enjoy. And by the way, these are the ones that I love the most. We've got where we're doing a 5 senses check-in. 6 sense, because you guys know I love to bring in the thoughts, by the way. And all it is just you pausing and asking, what do I see, hear, feel, smell, taste? What am I thinking? Let your senses just anchor you into the moment. That's it. Just into the now. And then this one is a favorite one. I really enjoy. I either call it mindful sipping or mindful smoking. So, um, but with this one, it's where you just have your cup of coffee, tea, whatever beverage, and you just take a moment to slow down. Feel the warmth of your beverage or the coolness of your beverage. What does your beverage smell like? What does it taste like? What do you hear when you drink it? Taste each sip fully. Same thing comes with the mindful smoking. What does it feel like as you fill the lungs? What do you smell? What does it feel like when you release? What do you hear? Do you hear coughing? And then another fave, a 1 minute pause. Just between as you're doing things. So you could be like washing your dishes, taking a shower, walking, whatever you're doing, working. But all it is between each task, just stop. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground, or even feel yourself being supported by a chair or the couch or the floor, and just drop into the body. I like to refer to it as the homecoming because I truly believe our bodies are our home. They're our temple. And what we're going to do after this is we are actually going to try one of these. I love, love, love the checking in with the senses. So what we'll do is we'll do a check-in with the six senses. Now, what you'll do is you're going to be able to close your eyes, take a soft breath in and out, and just be in this moment. Now, one thing that I hear from clients, from class, is people are unsure where to start. One thing is that you can start whenever at any point in time. I truly ask though, and let you know that these holistic practices are tools to help better our lives. One thing that you may want to do is talk to your mental health professional or talk to your doctor before you get started on anything. It's truly important because there can be, you know, there can be adverse effects if you're not in the right state of mind to get started. Everybody, I'll be honest, I got a therapist. A therapist is awesome. Love my therapist. And it's a big help having someone to talk to. And if you want mindfulness to become a part of your life, start small with just 1 minute in the morning, a breath before checking your phone, pausing to feel the sun hit your skin. Right now, we're kind of in the process of waiting for the sun to fully come out and immerse us with its beauty. But just even that, mindfulness can weave into your life like a soft thread. It's no pressure, it's just a gentle invitation. And remember, if you forget, if your mind wanders, that's not failure. That's a chance to begin again with love, kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. You guys know how I feel about equanimity. Equanimity is that non judgmental awareness. Now, going a little bit into my experience and really where mindfulness and somatic practices started really becoming heavy in my life is one morning, I was just feeling completely overwhelmed. So for me, one thing that I work through every day is ADHD. And, we've gone another way, a more holistic way to handling and dealing with um, my ADHD. And I used to wake up with these terrible, terrible feelings of overwhelm. My mind would be all over the place. I would start the morning completely up in the air, feeling anxious, overwhelmed with thoughts of what I needed to do, thoughts of just I'm not good enough, thoughts of all these different things. My mind would race. I would feel my heart beating fast and all of these different experiences. And this one morning, I was just like, I need to figure something out. And that's also when I decided to do a more holistic approach to helping with my ADHD, because this was a regular thing for me. I have been, since I was a child, waking up to nothing but anxiety. And believe me, there's been a lot of work, therapy, shadow work, practicing meditation, breath work, my mindfulness now. And what I did is I actually went downstairs, and one of my teachers that I had the pleasure of getting to know and being taught by her, she talked about a meditation, a mindful meditation, just with my cup of coffee. So, and that's for most of you, if you watch my TikToks or any video that I do, you hear me say, I hope the coffee is treating you well. So this is the story of how the coffee began to treat me well. I was holding this cup of coffee, and what I began to do is just acknowledge the way that the cup felt in my hands. At the point in time, it was really warm. It felt really nice. It was really comforting. And I took a sip. And after I took a sip, I just took a deep breath in and released and let the breath flow out. And I felt the warmth on my skin because the house was warm and it felt so good. And I listened to just the sounds from outdoors. You could hear the train. I'm an early riser, guys, so 4 a.m., you hear trains out here. And it was just such a simple, loving place. And all I did was breathe. And, in that moment, nothing changed, yet everything did. Because I came back to my life. I remembered that I was here, and that was enough. And now you guys know about, I hope the coffee is treating you well. Let's take a sip. Oh, it's so great. I really enjoyed you guys being here with me. And every breath is an invitation to return to yourself. You don't need to fix or change anything. You only need to be here in the present moment. I am going to take a moment to offer you guys some presents. and we will do a mindful 5 cents, 6 cents check-in. And I would like to invite you to take a look on Amazon for a book by Tammie Lyons Price, me. It is Mindfulness for Beginners, a handbook for nurturing presence. It also comes, there's a second addition on there. It's a journal, and it's Mindfulness for Beginners, a journal for nurturing presence. Both books are listed on Amazon. The first one talks to you, the Mindfulness, the handbook, talks to you about mindfulness, gives you a little synopsis of me, and it's also on Kindle as well. So you've got two options. And with the journal for nurturing presence, it just asks you the question: was I mindful today? And I ask you to take a moment to use that journal to really step in and journal about your mindfulness practice. You see, mindfulness just isn't for us, it doesn't just change us and our lives. It also helps with changing the lives, the dynamics in our relationships, with our work, with the work-life balance, being more present, listening better, enjoying food more, enjoying coffee more. We're almost done with this episode. And so what I do is I invite you to hang out a bit afterwards, because I'm going to do, like I said, a small moment of presence, a mindful breath where you can pause or simply notice everything around you. And let me tell you, these moments add up and they become a path back home to yourself. So let's take a moment, breathe in and breathe out. And just feel the body settle. Notice each breath as it flows in and flows out. Notice your body relaxing, untensing, and begin to tap into the senses. How does your skin feel? How does your body feel? Notice how, with each breath out, the body gets more relaxed. Becoming aware of the mouth. Is your mouth dry? What do you taste? I still taste coffee. It's really good though. Becoming aware of the nose. What do you smell? I smell caramel coffee. And dragon's blood incense. What do you hear? Are you hearing your family around? Are you hearing the tone of my voice? Not necessarily what I'm saying, just the tone. Following it and feeling more relaxed as the tone, as the speed slows down. For me, I hear a fish tank. And what do you see with your eyes open and even with your eyes closed? What are you seeing? And what are you thinking? Remember, the mind can be like a 2-year-old, so different thoughts can flow in. Just acknowledge them without judgment, with gentleness, and come back to the breathing. Remember, you are safe, and fall back into the stillness of the body. And even ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? And even respond, in this moment, I need. Breathing in for 4, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out for 4, 2, 3, 4. With the next breath, we're going to breathe in for 4, pause for 4, and breathe out for 7. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bringing the palms of the hands together at the heart center, offering yourself wisdom and compassion in this moment. And give yourself a little face massage, wipe the eyes. Begin to come back to this moment and just really settle in, feeling relaxed, feeling connected. Now, if this episode spoke to your heart, I'd love to hear how you practice mindfulness or how you'll begin. You can connect with me at www.rlphealing.com, or you can find me on social media. Now, if you're listening to this Friday, you got 2 more days because you guys know that on Thursday, I will be starting my 4 days of internet detox. And the beautiful thing about technology is we can set things to post so beautifully. And if you'd like to walk this path together, you're always welcome here for more conversations, more reflections, and more gentle pauses. RLP Holistic Wellness LLC is here to help bring people back to home, their bodies. We're here to help people release those limited beliefs of self, of worthiness. We're here to help people just start to see and start to live and enjoy their lives, because we're all supposed to be able to do that. We are not limited. We are only limited to what our minds limit us to. Until next time, may you find presence in the little moments. I am sending you so much love. Happy healing.